to go ahead and forbid them on their planes. So they're worried about something. Seth, you're saying that is enough, right?
Well, it could be. I agree with the point that trial lawyers sometimes, try to strap on for the ride, and not all of these cases are strong. But I think this one has legs.
Trial lawyers did that, but I guess I'll take your guys' word on it.
Neil, it's very rare, but
right.
Believe it or not, it happens. But in this case, a couple of days ago, a gentleman by the name of John Brown filed a class action lawsuit in Indiana federal court. He's a dad in New York that bought a hoverboard for his kids for the holidays, and after plugging it in, it blew up. So in that case, and looking at about a dozen similar instances in at least 10 other states, it really does appear that we have a safety issue here. You have a lithium battery that seems to be the proximate cause. And then I think that when you take a look at all these cases and you plug it into that lawsuit, I think that this dad probably does have a case, and it does have some legs. You have some numerosity, you have typicality of plaintiffs. Bottom line, I think the case is well drafted, and I think it will roll forward.
You have to separate the wheat from the chaff, right? I mean, there are some schlocky dealers, and there are those who get the UL code, or one of those shows that it's proven safe and effective, and the batteries won't heat up or blow up. But what normally seems to happen here, guys, is that all hoverboards of all makers seem to get caught up in the safety fray. So, David, where do you start distinguishing?
I mean, that's the unfortunate part. You look at what happened with the cell phone industry in 2004. We went through the same battery issue. Really what you need to look at is where you're buying the hoverboard from. Is it a major retailer or not? And is it a major manufacturer, or is it one of these chintzy manufacturers that are questionable in nature? So you have to do your due diligence. If you do have a claim, you should. It's more prudent to file an individual claim if you have real damages.
Well,
because
what if you're falling off at a lot of people over the holiday? Broke a wrist or fell off. There's a famous shot of Mike Tyson falling off of his. I would think those issues are more germane here, but I don't know if that's a suable issue.
Yeah, there has to be an assumption of risk as it relates to if you're going to fall off a hoverboard, no different than falling off a motorcycle or a bike. I mean, if you're on something that's not your feet and you fall, you assume that risk. I mean, that's sort of common sense in a lot of respects.
You can assume the risk that you're going to fall, and I agree with that. You don't assume the risk that you're going to be on something and it just suddenly bursts into flames.
Yeah.
You've got several big box retailers that are pulling it. You've got the FAA voicing concern. You have the Consumer Product Safety Commission investigating. So I think that it has some legs, and it is a problem.
We'll watch closely. Guys, thank you very much. And I know a lot of you at home have watched that Mike Tyson thing a lot, but every time I do, I laugh. I don't know, it's cruel. I don't know if it's mean. I don't mean if it's childish. But every time, like here, I love it. He's fine, by the way. More to this.